So most people think that high blood sugar, high A1C levels, and type 2 diabetes is actually caused by consuming excess sugar, but it actually isn't. It's fat. Hey, it's your girl Carmel Jean-Francois, owner and founder of CFIT Coaching. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another installment of the Sugar Savvy Solution, acclimating the foodie in you to a life beyond sugar. Sugar is not the problem, fat is. Too much fat is actually the culprit of your high blood sugar, of your high A1C levels, and of your type 2 diabetes. Okay, it is very controversial. So I'm going to tell you what I know. You do your due diligence, and then you come back to me if you disagree. Deal? So let's start with how sugar even gets into our blood. When we eat, we digest the carbs that was in our meal, and they break down into sugar. The sugar then enters our blood. And now the pancreas sees this happening and sends out insulin to collect the sugar that's in our blood and to store it in our cells for energy. So sorry that every time I come on here, I'm giving you a science lesson, but I want you to understand this. So let's say you just had some pasta. Hungry. The carbs in your pasta gets converted to sugar, and now the sugar is roaming around in your blood. Now here comes the insulin to escort the sugar to the cells. Insulin says, hey, I'm insulin. Pancreas sent me so that I can escort you to your cell, where you'll be staying before you fulfill your destiny of becoming energy for your host. You're the host. But when insulin and sugar get to the door of the cell and insulin knocks on the door, cell doesn't answer. He just peeks through and says, nope, you can't come in. I'm full of fat. There's no room for sugar. And they keep inviting more and more friends, all right? So, peace. Not exactly sure that's exactly how the conversation goes, but you get the gist of it, right? So what happens now? Well, insulin stops working as diligently and efficiently, and sugar just roams around in the blood and is pretty soon accompanied by the sugar from a second bowl of pasta, some dessert, soda, and all the meals and snacks that follow. But I know you're wondering something else, right? The audacity of the fat in those cells. Where did they even come from? Well, the fat came from pizza and the cake and the deli meat and the burgers and the candy bars and the soda. You get the idea. That's what causes high blood sugar, guys. That's what causes high A1C levels. That's what causes type 2 diabetes. That's what causes insulin resistance. So the goal is not to get rid of the sugar that's in the blood per se. Is sugar implicated in this whole mess? Absolutely it is. However, the goal is to get rid of the squatters. The goal is to get rid of the fat that's in our cells, that's occupying the space where the sugar should be. So how do we get rid of the squatters? Exercise. Move your body. Eat less saturated fat. Eat your vegetables. Put some more plants on that plate. Eat less refined sugar and carbs. And that's the birthday cake. That's the donuts, right? That's our candy bars. That's the muffins. That's our whole wheat bread. Yes, I said it. And eat less pizza and pasta. Over processed foods, I can't say it enough. Leave those alone. You know, the foods in any fast food restaurant, those are highly processed food. They are loaded with saturated fat, refined carbs, and refined sugars. And that includes vegan meat. I'll go right out and say it. Highly processed foods includes those plant-based meals you find in the freezer section of our supermarket. Substitute meats, stay away. Now, as your whole food, plant-based, vegan, and fitness coach, I'm going to come right out and tell you the main things on this list that I need you to concentrate on is movement and going plant-based. Hear me clearly. And going plant-based does not mean that you have to go completely meatless. If you're working with me, you have to. But to everybody out there listening, if you cut down on your meat immensely, that would help. And increase the plants that you put on your plate. Eat more. Experiment with your vegetables. Find recipes online. Make it interesting for yourself. Turn it into an adventure. Just enjoy. Go to the supermarket and find a produce that you've never seen before or that you've always seen and was always a little nervous and apprehensive to try. Try it. Just Add more plants to your plate. Hopefully that flushes out a lot of the fake foods that we're eating, and that'll help you get in the right direction towards a healthier blood level, lower AC, and definitely stay away from type 2 diabetes. Because listen, sugar is not necessarily the whole problem. The two kind of go hand in hand, but fat is definitely an issue in this whole big mess of blood sugar. So listen, I want you to share this with anybody you feel that might benefit from the information that I just shared, from the knowledge that I've gathered. So share this out, and thank you for joining me on another installment of the Sugar Savvy Solution, acclimating the foodie in you to a life beyond sugar. Ciao, ciao. See you next time. Loaded with saturated fat